Well, hi Leos! Welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Leos, let's find out what you can expect coming up. And there you are, first card, Strength card. What you can expect coming up in your life. If this reading resonates, it's probably your reading. If it does not resonate, it probably is not your reading. So I would check your moon sign because that is your private and emotional side. Okay, Leos, the overall energy of your reading or the nine, of wands. Oh, that's like being at your wit's end, like almost like at where the straw breaks the camel's back. Being drugged through the mud, just like you've been at battle and you're worn out. Let's find out why this Nine of Wands surrounds your entire reading. Up here in your highest energy is your card, the Strength card, the card for Leo. Okay, so first off, there's the infinity symbol, the symbol of intuition and knowing. So what this card is saying, the energy, is about you will know what to do and you will find the strength and the courage to do it. These are the two strongest energies in your entire reading. So whatever has you in the Nine of Wands energy, you're going to figure out how to deal with it and you will find the courage and the strength to do so. Next to the Strength card is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So the Ace of Pentacles, that's the biggest pentacle, of course, in the deck. This is about security, stability. There might have been a money issue. There could be a commitment issue going on that's got you totally worn out. Matter of fact, I got the Knight of Swords right next to the Ace of Pentacles. And the Knight of Swords is very actionable. It's rushing forward with your sword up in self-defense, okay? But it's about truth and clarity. So it's like you're just kind of like getting the truth and the clarity of a matter, and you're taking that sword and you're rushing right towards the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like you're cutting out this possibility here of the money, or I think it's probably commitment, a commitment issue here. That's got you at your wit's end. So you're probably thinking that you're not even going to worry about it anymore. So let's see what you decide, because the Strength card is up here, and whatever it is that conclusion you finally end up coming to, you will find the strength and the courage to do it. And that might be cutting out the whole idea of any commitment. It might be. Let me keep reading. Under the Strength card is the Nine of Cups. So I feel like you're taking love. This does have to do with love. This is 9 cups of love. And you're deciding to put them on a shelf behind you. You know you have all that love, but you're guarding it. And you're just kind of like protecting this love for now. That's under the Strength card. That takes some courage and strength to do when you're in love with somebody. On the other side of this Nine of Wands is the Four of Pentacles. You've been feeling stuck. I think you've been waiting for commitment to come through. All these cards are male or female. I don't think I told you that. But I think you've been waiting for this commitment to come through and waiting and waiting. And then it started to weigh really heavy on you until you came to this place of the Nine of Wands. And then it's like, then you like figure out that you can't, deal with this anymore. You're going to just, totally give up on it and put all your love on a shelf and continue on. So I have the Six of Cups under the Nine of Cups. Well, this is a soulmate card. This is a soulmate card of you might have known them since childhood, but you've definitely known this person from another life. So, sweet, only cup that's allowed to have anything in it. There's a flower in it. So, I feel like perhaps there's a soulmate coming in. And I think you might be willing to offer your cups of love to someone else here that is coming in. This might be all past energy up here. I have the Four of Wands next to the Six of Cups. The Four of Wands is this is not only a soulmate, it's a divine soulmate. And, it's union between two people. There's a lot of love, there's a lot of joy associated with this card. This can be a card of marriage, so commitment. This person that you're cutting out of your life, I think, is this soulmate. Because this Four of Wands is right under the Nine of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles right above. I think when you cut out this Ace of Pentacles, you're cutting out the whole idea of moving forward with this soulmate. I think you did know them maybe from earlier in life, but you did, like I say, you have known them from a previous life. And I think that's what you're cutting out, and that's what you're tired of. And it's taken a lot of strength and courage to do that because you do have a lot of love for this person. Now, I can keep changing my mind until the reading's over, okay? Because, just a couple cards can change everything. So I have the Two of Wands next to the Four of Wands and under the Four of Pentacles. There you are. Standing there with one hand on the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, and the other hand holding the world, which is a new life cycle. No, it's like you're contemplating what your life is going to look like. You're looking right at the Four of Wands. You're thinking that the real person, the real soulmate that you're supposed to be with is still out there someplace. Let me take out the second part of this reading. Let's see where this goes. For Leos. Leos, universe. What else do they need to know? But you are on guard, all right. Cup of love. Wow. Wow. Okay, so Page of Swords is up in your highest energy. So you've come away from this with your sword up. Your sword's still up. It's like, no, you're not getting into another one of these situations. You're on guard. You're in self-protection mode. Great, fine, be there. That is a good place to be. You're not swinging it. You're just moving forth with your sword up. You have a huge cup of love here. The Ace of Cups, look at that. That's in your heart. Remember you had 9 cups and you just kind of put them on a shelf behind you and you're guarding it? Well, I think you're guarding your love. You would love to be able to hand it out, but you're guarding it until the right person comes along. And I remember down here, I was kind of feeling like someone else was coming in, but no, this is part of what was going on over here. Well, guess what? Somebody is coming in. I do have the Knight of Cups next to the Ace of Cups. And this cup has, it's a sincere love offer, is what the Knight of Cups is. They have lots of room for love in their cup. There's like no fish in it. There's no anything in it. So, this relationship here, I feel like you got so far into this other relationship here. And there is still, I think they're a divine soulmate. I really still do. But I think that they were not willing to commit. And it just kind of stagnated. It feels like it kind of stagnated because here's that Four of Pentacles sitting there. And it's like, well, if you're not going to come forward with a commitment or anything like this, that you're moving on. And that's exactly what you do. And in comes this Knight of Cups. Under the Page of Swords is the Hermit. A card for Virgo. Virgo might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the Hermit, this is about your energies of seeking your path forward. Very spiritual card. It's like in your quiet moments, you kind of like we're reaching out to the universe about, what should you do to get out of this? What should you do to find your happiness? What should you do to find, what it is that you desire from life? Well, you do find that you do figure out what you want to do, and it does take strength and courage to let a divine soulmate go. And that's what you do. So, the Hermit, I look around the Hermit. So you will be on guard. You're going to move forth with your sword up. Good. The Hermit sees that you've been stuck in this relationship, and you just kept hoping and hoping it would change, and it never did. And on the back side and under this Ace of Cups, all that love that you have to offer, oh my gosh, this Knight of Cups is bringing in the 10 of Cups. Sunshine and rainbows, 10 cups of love. This is an equal exchange of love right under the Ace of Cups. Union between two people. There's children dancing. This is a family with lots of love and joy situation. This is your ship. This Knight of Cups now is your ship coming in. Okay? So just because this other person was a soulmate or a divine soulmate, if you're not on the same page, I'm willing to bet you next life or the life after that, you'll have another chance at this other soulmate. But this is your ship. This is the Three of Wands, holding on to that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, looking out over the world, hoping for your ship to come in right below the Knight of Cups. Yeah, they're coming in. They are on a ship out there, and they're bringing with them a lot of love, real true love, okay? So under the Hermit here is the King of Swords. There you are with your sword up again. So when this Knight of Cups comes in, you are entering a new life cycle from this other energy. You are going forth with your sword up. You're very mature. You do know what you want. And this is under the Hermit. So the Hermit's saying, keep your sword up, you know. That way you won't allow this type of energy to take over your life again. So this is a sword of truth and clarity, but it's in self-protection mode. And very mature. It's air, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. That might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading someplace. It's also next to the King of Cups. And wow, look at this. Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, King of Cups, Knight of Cups. All in this other life cycle that you're going to be entering. So the King of Cups would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. That might be strong in your chart someplace or someone else's around this reading. But there you are. I mean, you've got that huge cup of love. Remember, you pulled back all that love? Well, here you are now. You're there as the king. And you're going to be able to hand that love out with this new, sincere person, male or female, who's coming in. There's going to be a little bit of stress, anxiety, a little bit of confusion associated with them coming in, because I think you just don't believe that would really happen until it does. And you've also, you've been through another relationship. You pulled back that cup of love. And so, yeah, you're going to be in a little bit of mental struggle here to deal with this new relationship and moving forward, because your sword is up. So you're going to be asking the right questions. You are in self-protection mode, and that is going to be a little bit confusing on how to move forward. But you are moving forward. I have the Cups right in the center of this side of the reading. You're going to come into union with that Knight of Cups. Ooh. Okay, Leos, what's on the bottom? The Four of Cups. Okay, yeah, this is what you're cutting out, all right. Okay, Knight of Swords. I feel like, excuse me, this person that you've come to your wit's end with surrounds this entire reading. I don't think it was the first time that you've come to your wit's end. I think this is somebody who is going to try to come back. They're going to make you an offer again. They're going to, and they've done it before, and maybe even 4 times, with 4 cups sitting here. But you're in this place now where you got your sword up in self-protection, and you are not reaching for that cup. They come back again, you're not reaching for it. You don't believe that, this relationship is meant to be in this life any longer. Boy, do you have someone special coming in here for you. Wow. Leos, this was your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.